Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen Hill with Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering, will he ever get over laying an egg? Before I get right into that, I want to make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Looking at the Seattle Seahawks and looking at the complete change of their offense, at the center of that is 28-year-old quarterback Sam Darnold. And when you're looking at what Sam Darnold has done in his past, just the last season, he took the Minnesota Vikings 14-3, was very impressive during the regular season. But when it came time to the playoffs, they did lay an egg. And he talked about that on one of his interviews with one of the Seattle news outlets with the Athletics, Mike Silver. And he talks about how they laid an egg. And he talks about how it sucks, the feeling of that last feeling of in a Minnesota Vikings uniform, basically laying an egg. So with this, and you're thinking about overall what the offense looks like now for the Seattle Seahawks, you're looking at Cooper Kupp. You're looking at Jackson Smith-Njigba. You're looking at just exactly how the Seahawks want to play defense. It's similar to what Pete Carroll had, but the moving of Geno Smith. When they got rid of Geno Smith, there's a big shoes to fill because even though there was not a lot of big plays, Geno Smith kept the quarterback space consistent. You knew what to expect game to game. You knew that they was going to have a fight every single game because Geno Smith could keep them in the game. Moving in Sam Darnold and moving out DK Metcalf, you're seeing that there's a sign. You're also seeing that not only did they move out DK Metcalf, they made significant changes to the offensive lineup, and they wanted to make sure this is Sam Darnold's team. The question is, will he be able to do better than what he did in Minnesota, in Seattle next season? What he did last year with the Minnesota Vikings and how he was able to play, how that offense, essentially with Justin Jefferson and having one of the best 1-2 combinations of wide receivers in the NFL, can he duplicate that, or can they have a replica of that in Seattle? That remains to be seen. But when you're thinking about what he put up, 4,319 yards and 35 touchdowns. His first real Pro Bowl season of his career. Seeing how the growth on the field and seeing how he was just learning a lot in San Fran when he was a backup. He put it all together on the field and was able to put out a product where Minnesota became essentially a title contender. So with this here, with Cooper Kupp, and with Jackson Smith, will they be able to rise to the cream, to the top, and be one of the best teams, not only in the NFC West, but in the NFC? That remains to be seen. I think that it's not familiar for him to be in a new situation because we're used to seeing him move teams at this point. But I think with a 3-year deal, he feels like he's at home. He has an opportunity to not compete, but to start and lead the Seahawks. I think it's going to be a short leash. I don't know if they're going to give him a long leash because the contract is not really, against the team if it doesn't work out that much. But he has a lot to potentially put on the table. He can make himself a home in Seattle. If he puts the ball where it needs to go and it scores touchdowns and not turns it over and keeps the offense moving, he has a chance to be a great quarterback in Seattle with all they have. And I've seen once they get behind you in Seattle, once the fan base, once ownership, once management, they'll pour money into you. They'll do everything they can to make sure, because Seattle actually pours money into their team. Great franchise to be a part of. So I think overall, you have the pieces to the puzzle. Can they stay healthy? Can the run game stay healthy? Can they provide something for you at that point? Can Cooper Kupp stay healthy? So it remains to be seen, but I think Sam Darnold is going to have a fighting chance. Now, he has a rookie on his tail, though, and I think that's the elephant in the room. If that rookie starts to learn fast and he struggles, it's going to be a couple of question marks, a couple of if you know, because the NFL stands for not for long. But I think overall, if he puts his craft together, if he really takes it serious, he potentially could do what he needs to do. So all you Seahawks fans, non-Seahawks fans, get in the comment section below. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus. We'll see you on the next episode.